Selamat datang semua, Shang Wu Hao, Sawadee and Mabuhay. A very warm welcome everyone to our fifth session of the 9-part T-Navigator Southeast Asia webinar series hosted by Workflow Dynamics team Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta. My name is Larissa Zimmerah from RFD Kuala Lumpur, and today's session will be hosted by my colleague, Mr. Rudini Simanjorang, who is a reservoir engineer based in our Jakarta's office. Our RFD team would like to thank everyone who registered and allocated their time today to attend this webinars. We will continue to ensure and provide our best support we can during this unprecedented time. If you have any inquiries, please do not hesitate to reach out to our support team for assistance as we are available 24/7. Welcome and selamat datang. Before we begin, I'll provide a brief run-through on how to navigate yourself during this webinar session. Once you've logged on, you'll be automatically muted, and should you have any questions in mind, kindly use the window in the control panel on the side of your screen and ask away at the very end of this session. If we are unable to answer our questions live, do not worry. We will answer them afterwards and email to you personally. All of our webinars will be recorded and uploaded onto our RFD Europe YouTube channel under the Southeast Asia playlist. Hence, feel free to watch them at your own time. Last but not least, if you have any further inquiries, feel free to reach us at asktnav@rfdyn.com. A brief introduction and insight about us. T-Navigator was developed by Workflow Dynamics and was incepted in Moscow, Russia. It has been in development for the past 15 years, releasing 4 software updates per year and written in C++ and CUDA with impressive codes. We are based worldwide with over 50 support engineers and geologists in 32 offices across 28 countries and over 100 software engineers supporting our development. And as of 2020, we are proud and humbled to have over 290 commercial clients in 42 countries and over 80 universities in 28 countries. We thank you for being with us. For today's topic, we're going to discuss on gas condensate modeling of creating fluid model of gas condensate in PVT Designer. And for the next up and coming 2 weeks, our Southeast Asia team will be discussing on some very interesting and in-depth topics, and we hope you'll find them insightful and educational. So stay tuned. This webinar series will be hosted from one of our Southeast Asia offices. And for today's session, we are coming to you live from Jakarta, Indonesia. In today's webinar series, we will demonstrate you each stage of the integrated workflow that's available in T-Navigator. If you're interested to learn more on our modules, do not hesitate to get in touch with our teams, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. So, without further ado, let's begin today's webinar session. Thank you, Rudini.
Thank you, Larissa. Good afternoon, everyone. Selamat siang semuanya. I hope all of you stay safe and healthy. Today, I will present to you how to make a gas condensate fluid model in our PVT Designer of T-Navigator software. Here is the outline that I will cover for today. I will talk about the PVT overview, PVT Designer, and the workflow, how to create a gas condensate fluid model, and show a quick demonstration and summary, and also the question and answer. The PVT model. The PVT model characterizes fluid from the reservoir to the surface. Why it should be characterized? Because we need to know about fluid behavior in the reservoir, the well, and at the surface over a wide range of pressure, temperatures, and compositions. This is some basic PVT properties, such as a density, specific gravity, for example, like specific gravity of liquid is the ratio of the density of oil to the density of water at the same pressure and temperature. API gravity, pressure and temperature, especially for saturation pressure, viscosity, volume, and a paste or mixture composition diagram. Formation volume factor, it is measures how much saturated oil shrinks when it reaches the surface. Gas oil ratio, and compressibility. One of the key to understand the PVT is we have to know about the phase diagram itself. This is a typical of pressure and temperature phase diagram called a multi-component system. We need to define the saturation pressure line, such as the bubble point pressure and also dew point pressure, and critical point for pressure and temperature, and also the quality line for the system. Professionals such as production engineers, reservoir engineers, facility engineers, and even geologists use PVT data to understand what type of fluids are being produced. Commonly, there are 5 hydrocarbon reservoir fluid types. The first type is a gas fluid types reservoir. It includes a wet gas and a dry gas. The second is a gas condensate, or we call retrograde gas. I will talk it in the next slide. And for the oil reservoir, we have a volatile oil, it's called high shrinkage oil, and also the black oil. It's called the low shrinkage oil. Now we will talk about the phase diagram of gas condensate. If we look at this phase diagram, initial pressure and temperature given by point A. This is our reservoir still in the single phase. As the pressure is decreasing during the production, pressure fall to dew point pressure here. And then the fluid turns into the liquid. Hence, it's called a retrograde. Liquid began to condense in the reservoir. And because the liquid is just an isolated droplet in the reservoir, and it has a reached concentration where droplets are connected, and so they will remain immobile in the reservoir until typically it reaches out what we call critical saturation, about 10 to 20%. When it reaches out that concentration, then droplets are connected enough and the liquid began flow at the point. See, at the point B, liquid began to revaporize. At this point, then, these drops of liquid at the form of condensate are beginning to go back into the gas phase, why it's called a retrograde. This is the good things because we want to know that the condensate still be in the gas phase until gets to the surface. Yeah. And we produce the condensate or the liquid. PVT properties are determined from this lab procedure. We can get the experiment from single stage phase, constant composition expansion or CCE, differential liberation, constant volume depletion or CVD, separator test, gas chromatography, gas injection test, and also the viscosity measurements. In this presentation, I will explain the experiments for gas condensate itself. It includes CCE, or constant composition expansion, and the CVD, constant volume depletion. This is the schematic diagram of CCE for gas condensate. CCE is also called flash vaporization and is simulated by expansion of a mixture with a fixed composition in a series of pressure steps. During the CCE experiments, no gas or liquid is removed from the cell, and at each step, the pressure and the total volume of the reservoir fluid are measured. As the name CCE implies, the reservoir fluid composition doesn't change during the production process. However, in a reservoir, the heavier component drops out to the reservoir during production as a condensation develops in the reservoir, and this will definitely alter the configuration of the fluid composition in the reservoir. Here is the example of the CCE data from the laboratory. We can obtain data such as relative volume over the pressure and also the Z factor above the saturation line. And others is for the CVD. This is the schematic diagram of constant volume depletion for gas condensate. In the CVD procedure, the sample of reservoir liquid in the laboratory cell is brought to the dew point pressure, and the temperature is set to the reservoir temperature. Pressure is reduced by increasing the cell volume. Here, part of the gas is expelled from the cell until the volume of the cell equals to the volume at the dew point. The process is repeated for several pressure steps. Okay, and the liquid volume at each pressure is recorded and liquid dropout is calculated. Here is the example of CVD data from a laboratory. We can obtain data like gas compressibility factor here, over the pressure, and also the specific gravity, and even for volume of retrograde liquid. Now, I will introduce you PVT designer. All the characterization fluids, as I explained earlier, can be performed by using PVT designer. Basically, PVT designer working for fluid composition properties. For example, PVT issue to the US blend to couple two fields with common surface network, matching to experimental data, and also PVT designer can be used for calculate physical properties in the appropriate temperature and pressure range. And for reservoir engineer, it can be useful for preparing their input files data to dynamic calculations. PVT designer is also comprehensive tools for PVT modeling because it can be integrated with other modules of the navigator. So we have a PVT designer. It can be worked with a geology designer, model designer, well designer, and even for network designer. In PVT designer, we also conduct some PVT experiments, such as constant composition expansion, differential liberation expansion, constant volume depletion, separator test, gas dissolution in well swelling test, maybe for you who conduct the miscibility gas study, compositional variation with depth, called grading test, and even for MMP, minimum measurable pressure, also for miscible study injection. And also we support for non-equilibrium experiments. And what is features that we can model in PVT designer? We can create or we have modeling tools for compositional variance, black oil variance, and thermal variance. For compositional, we have matching regression for property of the composition. We have we have a splitting here to split the plus fraction, and lumping to reduce a number of components, decontamination, blend, multi-blend, EOS blend, and black oil delumping. For black oil delumping, it's a unique feature that we have. It is a procedure of creating a new component composition based on existing composition and matching the properties of an existing black oil variance. And what the other key capabilities of PVT designer? First, it's the usability. This is a very intuitive and easy to use PVT designer because we have a help button at every page, and we have a cool feature like a dark theme for the PVT designer. And it's a fully parallel because all the calculation occur fairly quickly because they are parallelized to all the existing core of the workstation. Also, this is the integration because it can be integrated to all other modules of the navigator. And we have one project on all stages of modeling. And of course, for the functionality, we have a lot of functionality to characterize your reservoir fluid. Now I will start to give you preparation data to create a gas condensate fluid models. Basically, we have a component from N2 to C20 plus. It coming from different well. I call it the light for first well, and the second well I call it a HEVI component. It is a slightly different actually. For example, like C6 we have a 1.3%, and for the HEVI is 1.5%. And also we have a CC experiment for well 1 and CVD experiment for well 2. And also sometimes the report also include the plus fraction properties like a molecular weight and also the specific gravity. Now this is the workflow that we will use in a PVT designer. We have two wells. Again, I call it light and heavy. Each of the well have a composition and their experiment, like CCE for well 1, CVD for well 2. And then I try to regression those of composition. And if you intend to use a black oil model, then you can directly go to grading test and then export the data. Otherwise, if you want to compositional model, sometimes reservoir engineers want to decrease the number of components. What do is they lump their component to or group the component into one component. And then if you intend to use only one component, then you could blend or blending the component. So it's basically mix the component from light and heavy, and then do the regression matching and do the grading test to export your composition versus depth or your RV versus depth and export it as a black oil model or compositional model. Okay, I will show you a quick demo here. This is the interface of the Navigator software. I will create PVT project. Now, I name it a gas condensate, and it will be open our interface of PVT project. Now we have a compositional variance, black oil variance, and also the thermal variance. We will work in a compositional variance. This is the place that we can add the component. And this is the type of EOS. We have a lot of EOS here now. And for the viscosity, we have LDC, Pedersen, and Stra. And we have a modeling feature like lump, splitting, blend, Duncan-Laminate, compositional, and black oil delumping. Now I will add a composition from the data. I have a N2 and 2C20 and also the properties. So basically it can be done by only copy and paste. Okay, I add in nitrogen and carbon dioxide, and also for C1 to C19, I will add C20 plus as a user component because it can be measured by the correlation for the property. So this is very interesting. Actually, we have many correlation here, but I use Arisi and Dober for calculate C20 plus. And then I will add the composition. Just simple copy and paste for a light composition. And we can do this for the heavy composition. But before that, I will rename this one to avoid the confusion. I put the name is light and duplicate and make this composition to heavy. Okay, do the same thing. All right, and then just paste your composition to this tab. I compare that we have a slightly different composition for C6, for example. And then we will make a saturation pressure, for example. This is just want to know where is the saturation pressure line that we have. So we have a bubble point and the dew point pressures. Because our reservoir is still in our reservoir temperature is 150. I think it is still in the single phase at this reservoir. So if you see in the phase envelope, the reservoir still in the single phase. For the heavy component also we create, if you want to add a number of quality line, just do the setting panel we have. For example, you want to add 0.95 quality line, It's very simple. Even you can change the color if needed. And also I will add the experiment, but before that I will go to samples, then I will add our experiment for CCE and for CVD. Just copy and paste. Actually, there are a lot of experiment that you can add, but it's depend on your data. For example, like CVD, I only have the Z factor. So if you have like a liquid dropout, please add many experiment that you have. Okay, so CCE will create the experiment. I put the hydrocarbon temperature and I took from the sample. Now I will compare the lab data and the calculation data for CCE and for CVD in the temperature hydrocarbon 150. See, if you see, there are a gap between the calculated and the sample. So we need to do matching. In PVT, it's usually called a regression matching. So discrepancy, the CVD is higher than CCE. So what we do, we will start to regress, but we have to select first the regression parameter. Usually, reservoir engineer will use the plus fraction because it's uncertain, because the property is coming from correlation. Here I use for TC, PC, or secret factor, etc. And then try to match. And we have a lot of algorithm here. And just to make it right or physically right, I will make a boundary for C20 plus. It's not overlapping with C19. So the property like a critical temperature of C20, it's not less or below the C19. It's supposed to be more than 777. So I will put the minimum for critical temperature C20 plus is 780. And I add for the CCE and CVD. Okay, and for the weight also, because we have discrepancy for CVD is more not matched compared to light. Yeah, so I put a weight is 3. Now I start the regression. See, we have a result. This after matching, and this is a before matching. So we have a good result before. If you don't like it, you can simply close and do the regression again and select other parameters that you want to use, or you just remove that parameter that already you used. And do again, after you select, redo again the regression matching. See here, for the simplicity, I will add this as a matching variant. Of course, you can exercise more and more to get this matching data. For example, for CCE, light, we will compare before and after. It's quite good for CCE. And also for CVD, I will compare. Again, if you don't like this this regression, then you could do by select your regression parameters. And if you want to use your data disk as black oil, you can simply direct export as black oil. But some user want to use this as compositional model, so they want to reduce the number of components. How to do this? Usually, reservoir engineer will decrease the number of components, or we call it pseudonization or the group or lumping. So here, for example, I group for C12 to C19 for one component. So I will put the temperature as our hydrocarbon temperature and the control parameter. And to make sure that our lumping is right, you have to make sure that before lumping and after lumping, you have the same profile. See, this is I think this is good for light, and do for the heavy as the same procedure. Of course, you could do the C12 to C15, for example, for one component, and C16 to C19, for example, and then try to match. As long as before lamp and after lamp, you have the same profile. Okay, and then we compare between the before lumping and after lumping. For example, for CVD, for the heavy composition, here it's the same, so it's correct. Yeah, if you intend to use this composition to use in the simulation, you can directly export your data and make this as your US for different region. But if you use this data only for one region or one composition, you have to make it mixing or blending. So I will try to mix between light and heavy composition. We have a cool feature. It's called a blending. So basically, it will blend your variance or your composition, but we have to check the quality control of the result before we believe that our composition is in the right path. Okay, and the regression is the same process like before, and see the quality line. Okay, it's a small gap, but it's still acceptable. If you still not confident, you could add many more regression parameter. For example, I add this as a match variant. See, for C6 for blend is 1.4, while for light is 1.3 and PV 1.5%. So this is the blend composition that you will use to simulation. So see the result. If you are not satisfied with this result, you can do the regression again. And also for the CCE and CVD. For the sake of simplicity, I will put this as a match one, and I will add the grading test to use in simulation to get your composition variation versus depth. So I will add this depth and temperature. It's depend on your data, of course, and then you can directly export the result and put in the folder that you are working. For example, I use this export folder. Okay, I will add this and save. And if you want to use a black oil, just calculate RS or RV and then export again the RVVD. So it be used for initialization data for dynamic model. So, and add your PVT table if you want to use the black oil or a black oil simulation. Okay, and add variant. And now we have variant 2, which is calculated from the compositional variance. And don't forget to save the project. Okay. Even you can rename your project. For example, this name is project that I will change this to gas count. Okay. This project I will use to our dynamic simulation. How to do this? I will show you in the next. Wait. So this is the interface again. We will work with Model Designer. Model Designer is pre and post simulation for reservoir engineer to conduct, whereas the model can be built. So this is the interface. That's blank project, and I will add data. Very simple grid. It's like a uniform. Okay, you could do this very simple and very useful, especially when you conduct your study, like you want to like gas conning or water conning, or like this for a gas condensate, you can add your model very simple here. Now we'll add a basic property like the porosity and also the permeability. So if you have a real model, of course, you can import your data here. You can import as rescue, or you can import as your existing file, your data simulation. Or even this porosity, you can also import if you have already property from previous calculation. But in terms for simplicity, I will make a homogeneous value for this model. Then I will add the fluid property for rock, for example. I will add as default. And for your information that this is a default data. If you want add more some property, for example, like I will add the RPVD, just here I will add the RPVD, or if you want to conduct like UR or like fancy simulation, you could add in the more properties. And now I will use default data here, and the property itself, as you can see, is only water as initial. Then I will call the previous project that we already created. This is a blank project. Then I will import my project to this simulation. Okay, I will call this voila. Now I have a gas condensate which I created before. I have the compositional variant and also the black oil variants. All right. Now, if you see in the model designer, you have a variance, not only water, you have oil, gas, and water itself. And if you intend to use a compositional, of course, you have to add a component data here. So simple, just add a component, and you could choose which composition that you will have or you will use in the simulation. But for sake of simplicity, again, I will use only the black oil data. Okay, now I will define the case. For example, I will call the static data, poro and firm. All right, it's very simple. You can add more property here. It's depend on your data. And the fluids, I will add rock. And oh yeah, I forgot to add a RPVD that we created or we export from the grading test. Now I will add the RSVD or RPVD, and remember the value should be monotone increase. Okay. And then we call again in the fluids rock for the equilibrium, for example. You can use an alternative mapping for RS and for the RP. And yes, of course, you have add more if you have a different region, for example. But in this case, I only have one PVT region. And for the schedule, I still don't have time yet, so I will add the time step through the Wells data and development strategy. I only add a single step to do the initialization process. Now I will, I already have a case. Now I will start to initialize the data. Now I will have the in place from my reservoir. Now I will have in place around 5,000, and for vaporized, this is the gas condensate, is around 400,000 meter cube. Okay, that's all. You can do the simulation for gas condensate. You can add well, you can add a strategy if you want. So basically, your reservoir model is already here. Okay. For the summary, of course, PVT characterization includes space diagram, PVT experiment, and EOS regression can be done by PVT designer of the Navigator software. And gas condensate fluid modeling also can be done by PVT designer. And the last is our integration with PVT designer for PVT modeling and model designer reservoir modeling. It's working seamlessly. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. If you have any question, please, I'm open.
Thank you, Rudini, for that wonderful presentation. So, as spoken earlier, if you have any questions you would like to ask, feel free to include them in the control panel and we will answer them for you. We will open the floor now to answer your questions. We have a few questions in, so let's take a quick look. All right, I have question number 1. Can we import file from existing like Eclipse PNG format?
Yes, you can. For those formats, you can import your US file to PVT Designer and use it into simulation. But again, not as a project file. It's an imported file from US file. But if you want to do the PVT matching again or PVT analysis in the PVT Designer, you could add your experimental data and do what I did earlier. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Question number 2. Can we make uncertainty for PVT in reservoir modeling?
Oh, yes, of course. We can make a variable for uncertainty parameters for PVT data. Maybe for example, if you have uncertainty for a US model that you have, such as a critical point, you can make like a variables, and then luckily we have IHM here, assisted history matching. Then you can use a workflow to do this.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, question of the day would be, do we have a quality control data before doing the regression?
Okay, it's interesting question, yeah. In the Navigator, yes, we have quality control before you do the regression, especially for the composition. It's called, we have features like a Fincher plot and a Hoffman plot. Basically, Fincher plot is a histogram of molar quality of component plot against molecular mass, whereas the Hoffman plot shows whether gas or oil samples involved in the test are close to the value taken from the real separator and not taken at a random value.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rudini, for answering all the questions. And thank you to our attendees for all the questions. As for the remaining questions, we will address them accordingly after this webinar session and we will personally email it to you. If you'd like to rewatch the session, you can find all of our webinar materials on our RFD Europe YouTube channel under the Southeast Asia playlist. Make sure to catch our next webinar session tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. hosted by our Jakarta's office. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. There will be a short survey for you to provide your comments at the very end of this, and we welcome any feedback. We will leave the webinar running for an additional 2 to 3 minutes to accept any further questions and inquiries. Till then, we hope you enjoyed this session and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care and stay safe. Khop khun ka.